Hi, this is a video review for Tony, who has started chess at around over 40, and I like to do reviews of lower rated players' games, so if you're interested, please send me your chess.com account or lichess. And Tony was wide here, it was a 15-minute game, so let's get right into it. This is a short game, but there's a few things I wanted to mention. So he starts out with the Jabava London. The opponent plays h6, and Tony plays e3, so far so good. G5 and bishop e5. Now this is interesting. Now in the game, black played f6. A better move here is knight f6. And there's going to be a situation where when black plays knight to d7, white's going to have to retreat his bishop. So I'm not sure bishop e5 is good, although it's a common type of move in a situation like this. But I think I would have played bishop g3 here and continued. So let's get back to the game. He plays f6, and this is of course a huge mistake because it opens up queen h5 check. And here Tony traded on b8. Now that I wouldn't call that a good move because you've got this developed piece, and you're trading for an undeveloped piece on b8, which is not a good idea because it loses time. And so here I would recommend just bishop g3, and maybe even queen h5 check first. Queen h5 check to make sure that black king can't castle, and then bishop g3, and black is just in a whole host of trouble. You can castle queen side, you can attack, you can try opening up the center and attack black's king. So yeah, bishop takes, let me get back to the game. Bishop takes b8, and rook takes b8, and then bishop d3. So again, I would have thrown in a queen h5 check. But Tony played bishop d3, and then e5, and then he threw in, he captured first, okay. And bishop g6 check. So now black can't castle, and the only problem is what happens in the game is he plays knight f3. This is kind of a problem because after the bishop is going to retreat, there'll be a pawn fork here, and it also blocks this escape route for the bishop. So instead, I would recommend bishop d3 or bishop h5, or just leave the bishop there and find a different move. I'm not sure what I would recommend, but you know, maybe something like just queen d2 to castle queenside, or maybe just start retreating the bishop with bishop d3 or bishop h5. Just play safe like that. So what happened in the game is after knight f3, queen d6, now the bishop was under attack, and Tony can't retreat. So he played bishop h5, and then he got into a little bit of trouble here with knight f6. Bishop had to go back to g6, and then rook g8, and now the bishop is trapped. So bishop d3, and black did the pawn fork. And here Tony captured the pawn. Now this would be good if this knight wasn't on f6. Let's imagine this knight was just somewhere else. I'm just gonna make some imaginary moves here. Yeah. So let's say there was this pawn fork. It would be really good here to give up the piece for 2 pawns, for instance, like this. And you get something, but the problem with giving up the piece in the game is that once you give up the piece, like he did in the game, knight takes c4, you can see white is forked again. So you gave up a piece, but now you're losing a second piece. So if you're going to give up a piece, then I would recommend giving up this bishop here. And then, you know, you can continue like so, and you only lose one piece. So let's get back to the game. Tony played bishop c4, and black traded queens. The rook was under attack, and Tony played knight e5. I'd say this is a little risky because this knight has no escape square right now. c4 would be the only escape square, but it's occupied by the bishop. g4, of course, you can't go to, and f3 you can't retreat to. And then unfortunately, black blundered a bishop here, so there's not really too much I can comment on the game because now white is just winning. But if we go back, say like right here, if we count the material, black has 2 rooks, 2 bishops, and a knight, and white has 2 rooks, a knight, and a bishop. So black is up a piece. So I think Tony got really lucky here that his opponent gave up another piece. And so that'll be the end of the commentary. Let's just play out the moves here. Knight g6. It's a little risky. It's much simpler to just take this pawn. When you throw in a move like knight g6, you're just kind of asking for it because now this rook is under attack. You're gonna have to move the rook, and then this knight might drop. But the opponent just took the knight. But let's say, well, I guess there's nowhere to move. Oh, sorry, my bad. Yeah, I didn't realize the king was still trapped. But okay, so this is fine, and he had to give up the rook. And yeah, Tony just won. But going back, I would just say that I would say this is a big mistake, taking this undeveloped piece. And right now, I'd say it'd be a lot more safe to just retreat the bishop now. Just make sure you get that bishop out safely, or bishop h5, and then continue like that. So that has been my mini review of Tony's game, and if you're interested in getting a review of your game, please send a message with your chess.com or lichess account in the comments. Thank you very much. Goodbye.